welcome to Philo TV. I am Nurse Vince, your Philo-mazing nurse broadcaster. This is the introduction of philosophy of human person. Today marks the pilot episode of our film Amazing Discoveries, Learnings and Adventures. What are you waiting for? Let's start this exciting journey right away. Pick up your pen, your paper, and your self-learning module, and we will start studying philosophy at your own place and time. Philosophy comes from the two Greek words, philos, which means love, and sophia, which means wisdom. Hence, philosophy is the love of wisdom. This is the most common and simplest definition of philosophy. It uses human reason to investigate the ultimate causes and principles which govern all things. So what is philosophers? A philosopher is a lover of wisdom. He or she puts meaning to what is out there, open to changes, discovery. He or she does not stop knowing, wondering and asking questions. Hungers for truth, meaning, and sense of willingness. Someone who goes beyond and surface of things, experiences transcendence, and possesses beautiful mind. So now, let's travel and join me to explore the places where the early philosophers lived, their life, their works, and achievements.
Five minutes later.
Who is Aristotle? Aristotle was born in circa 384 BCE at Stagira, Greece, and he died at Eusebia, Greece, 322 BCE. Did you know that the name Aristotle means the best purpose?
Aristotle was an ancient Greek philosopher and scientist who is still considered one of the greatest thinkers in politics, psychology, and ethics, and one of the greatest intellectual figures of Western history. He was known in his time as the man who knew everything, and later simply as the philosopher. He was hired by Philip II, king of the Macedon, as the tutor for his son Alexander the Great. In 335 BCE, Aristotle founded his own school, the Lyceum in Athens, the peripatetic school of philosophy, and the Aristotelian tradition, where he spent most of the rest of his life studying, teaching, and writing. His writings cover many subjects including physics, biology, medicine, mathematics, zoology, metaphysics, logic, ethics, aesthetics, poetry, theatre, music, rhetoric, psychology, linguistics, economics, politics, government, and the last one is the philosophy of mind and philosophy of science. Here are some notable works of Aristotle. The first one is Nicomachean Ethics, Politics, Poetics, Metaphysics, and the last one is Prior to Analytics. The surviving works of Aristotle are grouped into four categories. The first is the Organon. It's a set of writings that provide logical toolkit used for any philosophical or scientific investigation. His most famous theoretical works was on the animals, the parts, and the movements. In cosmology, Aristotle successfully identified 600 species wildlife. Physics, a basic inquiry about the nature and a matter of change. Metaphysics is a quasi-theological investigation of existence itself. And that's all for the 4 categories. And now, I will give you some philosophy from Aristotle. Intelligence consists not only in knowledge, but also in ability to apply knowledge in practice. So for you guys, what is intelligence? So I will give you 30 seconds to answer. This quote of Aristotle thus reinforces many of the complaints of students in today's school. They ask themselves what the point of studying is, and it's rare to find a teacher who can explain how they can get out of that abstract world of letters and numbers and get it into the real world. Don't forget that a practical explanation can be one of the greatest motivations that someone can have. Aristotle's philosophies and ethics have been very influential. Many logicians state that Aristotle produced the definitive work on logic, and there is no sense of even changing it, although it has now changed. Nevertheless, his ideas of logic and ethics are now central to many philosophies that subsequently formed the foundations of Western ideals. And that's all for the life of Aristotle.
And now let us tackle about Plato. So Plato, he was an ancient Greek philosopher. He was born in Athens, Greece in 428 BC. His real name is Aristarchus, but his wrestling coach dubbed him Platon on account of his robust figure. Plato was born in wealthy Athens family. He served in Athens' army during the Peloponnesian War. He is one of students of Socrates by whom he was much influenced. Along with his mentor Socrates and his student Aristotle, Plato helped to lay the foundation of Western philosophy and science. Socrates was Plato's disciple, and Plato started to adopt his philosophy and style of debate. After Socrates' death, in 399 BC, Plato left Athens with some friends and traveled for the next 12 years, while studying geometry, theology, astronomy, and religion. So Plato's studies were directed toward the question of virtue and the formulation of noble character. Plato returned to Athens in 387 BC. He started a school of learning called the Academy, which eventually described as first European university. At the Academy, he taught his subject astronomy, biology, mathematics, political theory, and philosophy. Plato had 36 dialogues and 13 letters in a book of the Republic. Plato has big influence in math and science, different between arithmetic and logistic. Do you have an idea about what is allegory of the cave of Plato? Allegory of the cave of Plato means people live life chained facing a blank wall of a cave. They could only see the moving shadows projected by the people and fire behind them. People form the cave understand that the shadows are being cast by other people in true form, and it is fascinated with the idea of perfect forms. Let us talk about Plato and politics. The Republic means virtue of justice, courage, wisdom, and modernization of individual and society. Let us talk now the three parts of society of Plato. First, workers means producing. He described it the appetite of the soul. Second is warrior, means protecting. He described it the spirit of the soul. Third, the rulers or governing. He described it the reason of the soul. Let us talk about the contribution of Plato in politics. Plato's government would have first, multi-party system, second, periodic elections, third is professional civil service or union. One of Plato's philosophy before he died in 347 BC, he said that you can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation.
And that the fellow amazing adventures, works and achievements of our early great philosophers. For you to learn and discover more, see me on my next Philo TV amazing episode.